All right, I'd like to give a little walkthrough on one of our rebinds. Recently came into the shop and was a good candidate for explaining some things. Let's take a look at what a glued back rebinding is. There are two styles of bindings on Bibles, and those are typically glued back and sewn. Most of them are Smith sewn. But the big deal is that one involves needle and thread, one involves glue, and glue is the only thing that holds it together. And kind of the reason it gets a little worse is the fact that when you have a glued Bible, they're individual pages instead of a sewn Bible is several booklets or signatures put together. And the result is when the binding begins to break or the glue begins to fail, individual pages can come out, and many a times it will come apart in pieces. And then you've got something you'd think there's absolutely no way to fix, but I'm here to tell you that it can. Next, we come into the place of putting the puzzle back together again. And it can be, depends on how far it's come apart, you have to get all the pages in order. Then you've got to get the book extra, straight as an arrow, and it's all done inside of a press. And then the next thing you know, it's time to put the coat of glue on there, and then I let that glue dry. After that glue is dried, I come back at it with a hacksaw, and those little lines are actually divots that are sewn inside of there. And then you put a little piece of thread in there, and you go back over it with a coat of glue again. And then you let that glue dry, and then it's time to go back at it with the bookbinder cloth. And once you go at it with the bookbinder cloth and the extra coat of glue and the ribbons and the headbands, the end result is that you wind up with a Bible that's stronger than the original glued back Bible. Now then what takes place after this is, you wind up with the finished product that's ready to go into and be housed inside of the leather. And it's all ready and it's all new, and it's going to last a long, long time. Now in the next slide that we see, we're going to see the only downfall of doing it this way. There's an ever so slight bow at the very bottom of that when you lay the Bible open and flat. And that's a result of the structure that we've given it. I've used my personal Bible in this fashion for, I guess at this time, about a year and a half, and it's held up just fine, and it's kind of a pros and cons, but it's worth it in the long run if you ask me. Now that Bible is ready to go into its new home, the leather that we'll make for it, and it'll be what we call a tab construction. And now you see it glued in place, and that's pretty close to the finished product. Now this customer asked for a full yap on the Bible. As a result of that, what I do is wind up wrapping it in saran wrap, and this starts forming the yap. It's a pretty good little chore to get it to where it stays. This is just the start thereof. When we get done with it, this is a picture of the finished product, and she is going to last a long, long, long time. Now, if you're wondering what takes place, this is something that we do for $85 is the cost of our basic rebind at this time. Now, somehow or another, Lily always makes it into the videos that we make, and Lily's got one word to tell you, and that's get some. Two more Bible rebind.